Welcome to this tutorial of Thinkorswim by TD Ameritrade. Today we're going to walk through getting your trading system set up. Now, while trading systems are slightly different in each of the different platforms, the trading platforms, the concepts are still the same. So you should be able to watch this video and be able to set your trading platform up correctly by learning your particular trading platform and the tools within it. If you have any trouble with your platform or software application that you're using for trading, please contact your trading provider. When you open up your software for the first time and you see your trading platform, it may look something like this. I'm sitting in the chart functionality in TD Ameritrade's Thinkorswim software, and within charts is where you'll access all of your technical tools, all of your charts and graphs, in other words, so that you can take a look at a stock and analyze a stock for buy and sell signals. So you'll want to be within your charting software to start. Now, when you open the charting software, you'll see a screen that may look something like this or similar to this. And this is a bar chart. A bar chart is very common as a default chart in many of these applications. And what we want to do is to change this from a bar chart to a candlestick chart. So to do that in Thinkorswim, I'm going to go up here to Style, and I'm going down to Chart Type and choosing Candle. Candlestick chart looks like this, little blocks of green and red or white and black, depending on your software application. And once you have that selected, what I'd like to do is to have one of these candlesticks for every day of activity in the market. So every market day that the stock market is open, one of these candlesticks represents one day of activity. To do that, I'm going to click on this D over here, as in dog, and I'm going to go down and make sure that I've got a D selected here. Okay, not 1 minute, 5 minutes, 15, and so on. I want to make sure that the D is selected. Then I'm going to go back over to the Style button, and I'm going to go down to Daily, 3-month time horizon, and a daily candlestick. Okay, Daily, 3-month, daily candlestick. Now, your application may not have this function right here, so if it doesn't, look for a way to set up 3 months worth of time along the x-axis at the bottom of the chart. Okay, that's all that we're doing, is getting about 3 months worth of time there. If I make that time any longer than that, like 6 months, look at how small the candlesticks become. Too small to actually see and do anything with. So we want to make sure that we do have this set for a 3-month time horizon. Okay, now that you've done that, it's time to start adding in some studies. And these studies are also known as indicators. We call them studies in many of the platforms because that's what they are. They're a study of the actual movement of the stock momentum or the stock direction. So within studies, I'm going to go down and edit studies, and I'm going to add a few studies starting at the bottom of the list and working my way up. The first study I'm going to add is my average volume. In this case, in my list, it's volume AVG, volume average. So if I double click it, it adds it over here to a lower study category. Notice that in parentheses it says 50. That 50 represents the number of days that it's averaging. I want to change that number of days from 50 to 30. So I'm going to go ahead and select on 50, highlight it, overtype 30, and click my OK button. And now it says volume average 30. So it's tracking 30 days. Also, I'd like to go up and add my stochastic, and there's several stochastics. Notice that there's a stochastic crossover, stochastic fast, stochastic full, stochastic momentum index, and slow. I want the stochastic slow indicator, okay? So I'm going to select stochastic slow, add it to the list on the right, and then I'm going to go over here and select this little gear icon. In your application, it might be settings or features or functions or something like that. Here it's just a graphical display of a gear that allows me to go into the details. Okay, and I want my overbought to be at 80. I want my oversold to be at 20, and my K period, my K as in king period, to be at 12, and my D as in dog period to be at 3. Okay, so K is 12, D is 3, and once you have that set, then you can click OK and move on to your next indicator. Now what we're going to do is add in the relative strength index, the RSI. Relative strength index comes in a lot of different varieties as well, And I'm not as concerned about which one you're using, but the version that I'm using is a single line. And the most important aspect of the RSI, the Relative Strength Index, is that we set it for a 2-day period of time. The style of trading that we're going to be doing, known as swing trading, is best suited for a 2-day period of time. So if we set this for 2 days, we'll be able to see our buy and sell signals a lot quicker than if it were set at the 14 days that it defaults at. Okay, so Relative Strength Index, that's also a lower study. Now I'm going to add some upper studies. I'm going to go ahead and add in a study that is known as a moving average. A moving average. And when I add the moving averages, they're labeled differently in different applications, so I want to show you what I mean by that. Here I've got a simple moving average, and that is one that we'll want to add. So I'm going to double click it to add it once. I want to add another one, so I'm going to double click to add it twice. Now, they both have the same settings, close, 9, 0. Don't worry too much about what these settings mean right now. I will teach you that, but what I want you to do is to go in and change one of them to 10, make it 10 days, not 19, but 10, and color code it red. Okay, if it gives you the ability to color the line, color code it red. Okay, the other one I'd like for you to go in and I'd like for you to change that one to 200 days. 200. Okay, so the length is 200. And that one I'd like for you to color code as orange or gold color. Okay, so those are our simple moving averages. They're going to lay right over top of those candlesticks that we put on the screen a few minutes ago. Now, the other moving average that we want is up the list a little bit, and it's known as an exponential moving average. So this is moving average exponential. Yours might be listed as in the E's for exponential moving average, but look for moving average exponential or exponential moving average. Add it to the list, and we'll also want to change its settings from 9 days to 30 days. Okay, 9 to 30, and color code this one blue. That way we've got different color codings for each of these, and when we apply our settings and we look, here's what we've set up. Those moving averages are up here on top of the graph. There's my 10-day that's red, 30 days blue, 200 days this gold color. There's my volume, 30-day volume. There's my stochastic with those 12-3 settings that we set, and also my RSI. So this is your system that you're going to be working with in your coaching with me. You need to have this set up correctly in order to be effective with your stock trading. Any mix-ups with this can cause problems for you, so please make sure you have it right. I'm going to be looking at your computer screen in the near future and making sure that your software is set up correctly. So once again, if you have trouble finding any of these things, I want you to reach out to your specific brokerage company that you're working with, like TD Ameritrade or TD Waterhouse, and ask them for some assistance in getting that set up, okay? But remember, all of this functionality is underneath the charts function or the technical analysis function within your software application. So I hope that this video helps. Please feel free to rewind it and watch it again, or pause it as you're setting up your own trading environment. And if you do have any questions, please email me at bburke@personalcoaching.com.